So now some Republicans are saying, wait a minute, Jake, that's not fair. John McCain didn't do this. Oh, he didn't, did he? Well, let's look into the record and see if that's true or untrue. In 1999, his top financial advisor later, he would later become McCain's top financial advisor, Phil Gramm, very good friends with John McCain at the time, decides, hey, you know what, let's do a little bill call in 1999, and we'll call it, we'll name it actually partly after me. We'll call it, I'll get you the exact name here, Graham, Leach, and Bliley Act. And it will aim to make the country's financial institutions competitive by removing the Depression-era walls between banking, investment, and insurance companies. Oh, let's just, come on, we need to make more money. Let's merge all those things and let everybody make more money. We're getting so much money from the lobbies. It's going to be great. Who signed on to that bill? Oh, well, look at that. John McCain did. He thought it was a great idea. In fact, John McCain signed on to nearly every single deregulatory bill there ever was. And now he turns around and says, oh, we need to regulate these guys. How come there was no oversight? Well, there was no oversight, John, because you took it away. I got great quotes for you. This is from the Washington Post. McCain said that he was against, quote, government interference in the free market. Government interference. That would be saying, hey, you might not want to take so much risk. Here's a couple cap, or here's a regulation, here's oversight. That's another word for oversight is government interference, depending on how you spin it. But it gets much better. The one thing he did do is Sarbanes-Oxley. He was in favor of that, and that was to have some degree of regulation. Of course, though, he sold it out instantly when he started running. In 2007, this is a classic McCain flip-flop. In 2007, he told a group of bloggers on a conference call that he regretted his vote on Sarbanes-Oxley bill, which had been castigated by many executives as too heavy-handed. We got this covered, John. Let us have it. Initially, he was right on Sarbanes-Oxley, wrong on every other deregulation. The one thing he was right on, he, of course, took it back, said, I'm so sorry, we should have deregulated. You want more. In the 1990s, I'm quoting Washington Post here, in the 1990s, he backed an unsuccessful effort to create a moratorium on all new government regulation. You understand what that means? He doesn't want any government regulation. A moratorium on all of it. And now he says, oh, I should have had oversight. Well, John, we would have had oversight if you let us. Continuing, in 1996, he was only one of only five senators, to oppose a comprehensive Telecommunications Act saying that it did not go far enough in deregulating the industry. But here comes the money quote. He told the Wall Street Journal in March of this year, quote, I'm always for less regulation. I'd like to see a lot of the unnecessary government regulations eliminated. And if you listen to John McCain right now on the campaign trail, he's saying, what? I can't believe there weren't government regulations. There should have been oversight over this. Who was minding the store? John, you were the head of the Commerce Committee. You were supposed to mind the store. Yeah, the Commerce Committee and the Banking Committee are a little different, but now McCain goes around saying, oh, the Commerce Committee, he literally said this, the Commerce Committee was in charge of everything in the economy. So you were in charge of everything in the economy. This happened. It happened specifically because of the deregulation. Now you're going to have the nerve to turn around and tell us, oh, no, re-elect the Republicans, put me back in charge so I can keep doing this again. And by the way, what's his answer to this? Oh, you'll love this part. His advisor, Douglas Holtz-Eakin, this is the same guy who said McCain invented the BlackBerry, said, look, we don't have a specific solution. Quote, there's no magic solutions, and I don't think it's imperative at this moment to write down what the plan should be. The real issue here is a leadership issue. In other words, we don't have a plan. But they do. Their plan is more deregulation. If you put them back in charge, they're going to, he said, oh, McCain said it yesterday. He said, oh, too many alphabet soup regulatory commissions. They're going to go in the wrong direction. You'd have to be mental to let them.